Good morning and welcome to the programme. Now, before we start today, I want to talk to you about the news that emerged here at RTE last weekend over the last couple of days and indeed this morning too. Now, you might know I wasn't here on Thursday and Friday just gone, and I know that some people had linked my absence to the payments controversy and wondered if I was in some way implicated or involved. The truth of it is, I booked those 2 days off months ago. One of my children was involved in a dance competition in Kerry, and we all decided to go with her and make a few days of it. So the fact that I wasn't sitting here when the news broke was a complete coincidence. I saw and I heard that news coming in just as everyone else did. I'd no prior warning, no inkling that there was a problem on the horizon. I wasn't even aware that presenter fees, including my own, were subjected to a Grant Thornton review. I knew absolutely nothing about it. And just like everyone else, I've been grappling over the last few days with what has happened and the implications of it for all of us here in RTE and for you who rely on us and expect us to be completely transparent. I listened to Liveline on Friday and I listened to the callers who spoke to Joe, and I heard them talking about being disappointed, about trust being broken and the importance of transparency. And for me and for all the great people that I work with here every day on this show, hearing that is nothing short of heartbreaking. Because I can tell you that as programme makers, our aim is always to be consistent, to be fair, to be professional, and to respect the hard-earned trust that you, the audience, has placed in us. So with all of that said, there are a couple of things that I want to make clear here this morning. Firstly, the fee that has been published for me most recently is correct, as are those published in the past. I've never sought, been offered or discussed any kind of commercial or side deal. No other payment exists or has ever existed beyond my published fee. Secondly, my most recent published fee was €350,000. Now, that was the fee agreed by RTE for me to present both this radio programme and Claire Byrne Live. And as you may know, I decided not to continue with that television show for personal and for family reasons. And so in order to be fully transparent with you here today, I want you to know that my RTE fee now is €280,000, and that fee was agreed for presenting this programme, and that last contract was negotiated by Noel Kelly. I recently presented the television quiz show Ireland's Smartest, and for that I was paid a separate fee of €25,000. That contract was negotiated by other members of the NK Management Company. Now, I acknowledge that fee is significant and it's way beyond what many people could hope to earn. There are others who will no doubt have more to say about it, I'm sure. But my personal decision here this morning is to be open and honest with you. Having said that, my decision to do this is not meant to set a precedent for others or to force anyone else to release their information. That's a matter entirely for themselves. I felt that for me, it was the right thing to do this morning. With that fee that I earn comes a duty for me to treat this position with respect, and I hope you can trust me and the team of journalists that I work with to cover this story about RTE with the same rigour and balance as we would any other story on this programme. And we'll be back after this short break.
Text 51551 today with Claire Byrne on RTE Radio 1.
Would have been the same somebody signed off on behalf of
Michael, well,
DG.
James, I'll tell you honestly, I'm sorry, I'll tell you straight, I've never demurred. The figures published for me, in the last published figures for me in 2021, and people can go back through the papers and they can go back and find out what I was on in 2008. And see the difference. Anyway, the last figures published for me were 351. Okay, 351,000. 300 of that is for radio, and 51 is for whatever they asked me to do on television. What they're asking me to do on television used to be Liveline callback, a couple of Children of the Troubles or whatever. I'm currently doing the Meaning of Life. That's what they're asking me to do at the minute. I'm doing one tonight and I'm doing one this weekend, but that's neither here nor there. So that's the break. That figure was the figure in my contract. My contract goes on until it was due up this year. because I only wanted to do 4 years at that time in 2019. RTE asked me, could they put in a clause that they would be allowed, asked me to do an extra 2 years. They invoked that clause 3 months ago and said, we just want you, will you agree to another 2 years, the exact same conditions, no changes, no increases. And I said, yes. The conversation was 5 minutes because I didn't know what health or position I'd be in 2019 to 2023. Thankfully, I'm the full of my health. And so I said I'd gladly do another 2 years. And they said, thank you very much. And that's it. And I'd be doing that contract on 350 for radio and television continues as requested by RTE in terms of what I do, continues until 2025. You might be disappointed to hear, James.